Hi everyone. So today I'm doing a quick film review, and the film I just went to see at the cinema was Anna, or Anna, maybe. And yeah, basically, I actually really enjoyed the film. I thought it was very entertaining from start to finish. Not the best film I've ever seen, but it doesn't have to be. The only thing I knew about the film going in was that it was a Luc Besson movie. Apart from that, I was quite ignorant. And yeah, I actually really like Luc Besson's films. I've not seen all of them, but I actually bought a few DVDs quite cheap about a year or two ago, and I had a bit of a sort of going through some of his films like Nikita, Leon, The Fifth Element, films that I had only seen back in the 90s, had more or less forgotten how good they were. And I remember going through these films and thinking, wow, just so entertaining from the beginning to the end. And another thing about Luc Besson films is these female characters, very strong female characters. We have lately in the cinema quite a few films now with strong female characters. I even quite enjoyed the Tomb Raider film actually with Alicia Vikander that came out a year or two ago. I wouldn't mind going to see a sequel of that one, of that film if it comes out. But this film is better than the Tomb Raider film, and also films that he did recently, even Valerian with Cara Delevingne. I thought that was actually quite a good film, very entertaining. Obviously, with most of his films, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. And Lucy, I saw that about 3 times. So yeah, really good, strong female characters. That's Lucy. That is with Scarlett Johansson. Leon with a very young, I've forgotten her name, Natalie Portman, and I think Fifth Element and Joan of Arc film with Mila Jovovich. In fact, friends of mine know that I'm a big fan of Joan of Arc, and I think she really is the ultimate strong female character. Certainly one of the strongest female characters historically that you could play. So anyway, this particular film, again, we've got a strong female character, and but actually the character I want to focus on for this review is Helen Mirren, and I actually really like Helen Mirren. Some of my favourite, I've got Excalibur is one of my favourite films, and Helen Mirren is brilliant in that. But even Shakespeare plays and some one-off TV films she's done, they're all she's just amazing in all of these films. So I actually really enjoyed this film mostly because of Helen Mirren. She is just fantastic in this movie, and again, so we've got really two strong female characters, and so she plays this Russian spy, this sort of KGB uh, boss or something, or she's high up in the KGB. She's just it's so entertaining. I think if you took her out of the film, or her character, but replaced her character with another actress, I just don't think I would have enjoyed the film half as much. And I think you can actually tell that she was really enjoying playing this role. I really got that feeling that she really loved being in this film, which is I think always a good thing. Now, in this movie, she actually, like I say, she plays this Russian spy, and I didn't realise it was Helen Mirren at first. I think about, I don't know, about a minute she was on the screen for, and I thought, hold on a minute, that's Helen Mirren. And then it instantly reminded me of another film starring Helen Mirren, which is 2010, which is based on an Arthur C. Clarke novel, which is, of course, a sequel to 2001. Now, everybody always goes on about 2001, but I actually really like 2010. It's one of my favourite sci-fi films, and I think it's actually quite an underrated film. In fact, really, it's like a forgotten film. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about 2010. It just nobody seems to talk about it. But anyway, in that film, Helen Mirren has this really good Russian accent, and again, I think the same thing happened when I watched that film for the first time. I didn't realise immediately that it was Helen Mirren, even though she looks just like Helen Mirren. But in this film, you would not notice visually that it's Helen Mirren with the glasses and the hair. It's just not that typical Helen Mirren look. But in the 2010, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, this is Helen Mirren. But actually, here's a question for people to perhaps post in the comments. If you're Russian or you know some Russian, or you've lived in Russia, does she, for you, sound really good at Russian? So you either watch this film or watch the 2010 film. Now, she's not speaking actual Russian in this film. I can't remember if she, I think she does actually speak some actual Russian in 2010. It was a while ago when I saw it. But in this film, it's just English with a Russian accent. But I think she does a really good Russian accent. I have actually lived in Latvia for 3 years, where you actually hear more Russian than Latvian in the streets. So, I guess I've sort of heard my fair share of Russian before. But for me, she sounds really good, really convincing. And that was the sort of linguistic interest for me watching the film. But anyway, if you really like Luc Besson movies, or you just like Helen Mirren, those are two great reasons to go and watch this film. You won't be disappointed. And yeah, so that's all I have to say about the film today. I'll be back with another video in the future. Thank you.